the Deep Dive into Success podcast. Jason and Rebecca are ready to fuel your next move. Every insight here is a spark. Ignite change. Seize the moment. Take action today and shape your tomorrow. Check us out by listening. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe to receive notifications when new content is available.
Okay, so if you've ever followed that traditional path, study hard, get the good job, save money, and you still feel like you're just rutting in place financially, this deep dive is definitely for you. We're looking at some ideas today suggesting that whole system might be, rigged against the average person.
Exactly. It's less about how much you earn and more about financial literacy, or the lack of it. The sources we're drawing from argue the system relies on us believing certain, outdated myths about money. Things that actually help build institutional wealth, not, your wealth.
Right. So our mission today is to unpack maybe 3 of those core pillars that keep people stuck.
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, the savings account. Seems so harmless, right? We're always told to save.
Mm-hmm. The safe option.
But where you save is key. So you deposit, say, $1,000. The bank doesn't just hold it.
No, they use something called fractional reserve banking. They keep a little bit.
A tiny fraction.
Right. And the rest, maybe $900 of your $1,000, they lend that out.
At pretty high interest rates, too, like 5%, maybe even 25% sometimes.
While paying you, 0.05%, maybe 0.5% if you're lucky.
It's peanuts, really.
And that brings us to the cold math, the rule of 72. It shows how long it takes your money to double. Just divide 72 by your annual interest rate. Okay,
so 72 divided by 0.5%.
Yep. That's 144 years.
144 years to double my money. That's wow.
It's not really a growth strategy, is it?
No. And then think about inflation. If inflation is running at, say, 3%.
Which is pretty typical historically.
Your money's buying power gets cut in half in just 24 years.
So keeping cash in a standard savings account, you're actually guaranteed to lose purchasing power over time.
You're losing ground. That's the cost of not having control, I guess.
Precisely. Control is the key theme here.
And that leads us straight into the second myth, doesn't it? Whole life insurance.
Ah, yes. Often pitched as a forced savings plan.
Sounds responsible. Save money, get life insurance. Win-win.
Well, not quite. The sources argue the main winner is the insurance company.
How?
Well, for starters, those early premiums you pay. A huge chunk, sometimes almost all of it, goes straight to sales commissions and fees. Your cash value barely grows at all in the beginning.
Okay, but it does grow eventually, right?
It does, slowly. But here's the real kicker. When the insured person passes away...
the company pays out the death benefit.
Yes, but they keep the catch value. The money you thought you were saving all those years, the insurance company keeps it.
Wait, seriously? They don't pay out both?
Nope. They pay the death benefit or the cash value, whichever is higher, which is almost always the death benefit. So they keep your savings.
That feels wrong. So what's the alternative then?
The financially savvy approach is often called BTID, buy term and invest the difference.
Okay, break that down.
Term life insurance is just pure protection, no savings component. So it's way, way cheaper.
Right.
You take the difference in cost between the expensive whole life policy and the cheap term policy. Maybe it's $250 a month.
And you invest that difference yourself.
Exactly. And something designed for growth, something you control. Again, control.
That theme keeps coming up. Control over your money, control over your investments.
Which also relates to where your income comes from. The W-2 job, the standard employee paycheck.
The safe route again.
Right. But is it really safe? At will, employment means your income can disappear overnight. Layoffs, restructuring.
And your pay is set by your employer.
Yeah.
You don't control your income level, fundamentally.
You're trading time for money on their terms.
So how do you get out of that? We need a different model.
Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant comes to mind here. ESBI.
Employee, self-employed, business owner, investor.
Yeah. The sources argue true financial independence comes from operating on the right side. B and I.
Business owners create systems that generate money. Investors make money work for them.
It's about cash flow from assets you own and control, not just selling your time.
Okay, let's tie this back to the insurance example, that BTID strategy.
Perfect example of control. So you take that $250 a month you saved by not buying whole life. You invest it consistently. Let's say, hypothetically, you manage to get an average return of maybe 13% over 20 years.
Okay, 13% is quite high, though. Is that realistic for most people? People choose whole life for security.
That's a fair point.
Yep.
It is aggressive. But let's even say you only got 8%, an 8% average return over 20 years on $250 a month.
Okay.
You'd still end up with significantly more, maybe around $140,000 to $150,000 compared to the typical, say, $50K or $70K cash value in a whole life policy.
Wow. Okay. Even at a more conservative return, the difference is huge.
And crucially, you control that money. You can access it if needed. It's your asset.
So it's about using compound interest for yourself, not letting the bank or insurance company use your capital for their profit.
Precisely. Building systems, owning assets, that's the path the truly wealthy took. Think Rockefeller, Ford, Musk. They weren't focused on being loyal employees saving 0.5%.
They were building businesses, owning the means of production, investing capital, masters of the B&I quadrants.
It really boils down to this. The financial system, as it's often presented, tends to shift wealth from the financially uninformed to the financially educated. The fundamental goal has to be shifting from working for money.
Having your money work for you.
That education, understanding how these systems really work, that's the key. It's what unlocks control.
Thanks for diving deep with us on this episode of the Deep Dive into Thriving Successfully. We hope you found a quick hack to take action on today. If this episode moved the needle for you, please take 1 second to hit that follow or subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform. It helps us reach more people who want to start thriving. Our content is 100% based on listener requests. We want to cover the topics you struggle with. Drop your episode suggestions in the comments or send us an email directly at deepdive@lfeg.info. And the best way you can help us is to share this episode with a friend or colleague you care about. Let's build a thriving community together. Until the next dive, keep crushing your goals.